Hi, I'm here at the Jour de Fête, and I'm with...
Lachey Swim.
And tell me a little bit about what you do here.
I repurpose junk.
Junk. So the one man's junk is another man's treasure?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So you decide, where do you get most of your things that you actually come up with?
We hit a lot of yard sales. We hit a lot of flea markets, and if you have a glider in your front yard and you haven't mowed around it for a while, I'll probably stop and ask if you want to sell it.
And then where do you actually come up with your ideas of what you put on it?
Here, there, and everywhere. I love the lodge decor, so that's where a lot of my inspiration from it comes from, but just whatever. There's so much different stuff in here. It's just kind of whatever.
Okay, and how long have you actually been doing this then?
About 10 years. We've been running the shows for about 10 years. And
so were you an artist, or is this just something that you took up?
I did go to art school, and I was a graphic design major, and this is where it got me.
So you're one of the few people that actually went to college and actually put it to use, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
All right. Hi, and I'm here with...
Amy Ketcherside,
And what's the name of your stand here?
the Cedar Shack.
And you have a website?
Yes, it's www.cedarshack.webs.com.
Okay. And do you all make your furniture?
Yes, everything from going out into the woods to finding the tree to cutting it down to sanding it, skinning it, staining it, plugging every screw hole. You don't ever see a screw hole on anything that we make. Yes.
Okay, and who does the design work?
Well, I'll have to say him.
Him meaning your husband?
My husband, yes.
And what is his name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Okay, so basically then it's a partnership between you and Jonathan.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And have you got the kids involved in it yet?
Oh, yes. So we have one right there that's involved.
So everybody gets their shot at working on it.
That's right. From skinning the logs to sanding them, they all get a shot.
Okay. Have you been to Jour de Fête before?
No, this is our first year.
And how's it working out for you?
It's working really good. We're getting a lot of publicity. We've sold some stuff already, so it's doing really good for us.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Hi, I'm here with...
Amy McDonald.
And where are you from, Amy?
We're from Advance.
And what are you doing here today?
Well, we're here selling our foot jewelry. We have a company called I'm Too Sexy For My Feet.com, and we sell over 100 different kinds of foot jewelry.
And is this something that you design yourself?
Yes, my husband and I both do it.
So it's a family operation.
Yes, it is.
And how long have you been doing this?
Just coming up on our year anniversary.
And has it been a good thing for you? Has it worked out well?
Yes, it started out as a hobby, but this appeals to all ladies. I mean, girls from ages 8 to my mom, who's 73. So any lady in the family, this is a perfect gift for them.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And I'm here with
Steve Crow, Crow's Candle Company.
Crow's Candle Company. And I see you have quite a selection here.
Yes, we do. We have about 135 fragrances right now.
And where are these actually made at?
We make them in Fredericktown, Missouri.
And that's where y'all are from?
That's where we're from.
All right. And I see that you have the world's best candles.
Absolutely.
What makes yours the best?
Well, because we've been in business for over 28 years, and we make them just the way that we would want them made.
And did you start the company, or?
No, my wife did. She's over checking people out right now. She's the one that started it.
And what got you into the candle business?
She was tired of buying candles that didn't do what they were supposed to do, burn level even, and keep their scent all the way to the bottom of the candle.
So that was the need for a better candle, and she decided she'd be the one to make it.
Absolutely.
All right. And how's the show been for you? Doing pretty good here?
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful.
All right.
Absolutely wonderful.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I'm here with...
Kathy Schaefer.
And what do you do here?
I make pottery pieces and do unique glazing to highlight them. So.
And where do you make these at?
Out of my garage at my house in Freeburg.
You're from Freeburg.
Freeburg, Illinois, yes.
Is this your first time at Jour de Fête?
Yes, it is. The first time I've been here. So.
And how's this been going for you? Have you got a lot of people in?
It's been really amazing how well the crowd has been here, and we've had a good time so far. So, yep.
All right. Do you sell online or?
No, I'm afraid I don't. Every piece I do is different, so I really have a problem putting anything online because it won't be there the next time I turn around.
So whatever you buy here, it's a one of a kind.
It absolutely is, yes.
All right, that's great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
And I'm here with?
Bill McKnight.
And Bill, what's the name of your group here?
We actually have two groups here today. We have the La Compagnie Française de la Marine du Fort de Chartres, the Marines, and we have the Milice de Sainte-Geneviève, the milice that would have been here in Sainte-Geneviève during the mid-18th century.
Okay, and what is the designation of the uniforms?
The three of us that are wearing white coats and the tambour are represent the garrison that would have been at Fort de Chartres during the mid-1750s. The gentlemen here in the back represent the milice that would have been here in Sainte-Geneviève, along with the Spanish and the Germans. They formed the militia here in Sainte-Geneviève. There was a Spanish military presence, but there was also the militia here in Sainte-Geneviève.
All right. And if I could, I'd like to get your names. You are?
Bob Mueller from here in St. Genevieve.
And you are?
Bob Beckerman from St. Genevieve.
And you, sir?
Gary Shell from St. Genevieve.
Blake Otten, Edwardsville, Illinois.
And you are?
Calvin Colvis, St. Genevieve.
William Zugabe, St. Genevieve.
All right. And I'm assuming this is an all-volunteer thing?
Yes. They're all here because they love history. They enjoy doing this type of thing. All the gentlemen from St. Genevieve, of course, have a vested interest in portraying the history of their community. I'm from Sparta. My nephew is from Edwardsville. We've been doing this for quite a few years, and we travel around to different events, but we especially enjoy coming here to St. Genevieve.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. I appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm here today with
Keith Gregory.
And Keith, where are you from?
I'm from Springfield, Missouri.
Originally, is this where you actually work out of?
Well, I travel all over the country and all over the region, chainsaw carving everywhere.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been chainsaw carving for about 5 years.
And what got you into chainsaw carving?
Well, like Tim, I was a knife carver. I knife carved for 18 years. So being a knife carver, naturally I was fascinated with chainsaw carving. And my father had he used the chainsaw quite a bit, so I had quite a bit of chainsaw background. So where my knife carving experience and chainsaw carving experience met, I really took off. My career took off from there.
So obviously I'm assuming this is something that you weren't sure you were going to be good at from the start. It was kind of a trial and error thing.
Absolutely. I made a lot of firewood between here and there.
So you're saying that your mistakes end up going up in smoke?
Yeah, literally. I've got one of those big outdoor wood burners, and I was pretty quick to throw it away if it didn't look good. So
we'll just not even see that one, right?
Yeah. I'd say, hey, little bear, here's your chance. You better look good or I'm going to throw you in the stove.
There you go. Are you ever able to save one if something does happen? Can you kind of change midstream and do something different?
Yeah, you can. You can cut it off flat and then screw another piece of wood to it and, salvage it if you want to, depending on how bad you want to do that. But I have done that before.
And just as a guesstimate on a normal carving, what would you guesstimate you have man hours in one?
Anywhere from 45 minutes to 10 hours and 45 minutes, just depending on what it is. Naturally, bears you're more familiar with. I can carve a bear in my sleep, but if you're doing something different, it takes a lot longer.
And on a bear, since you mentioned that, how long would that roughly take you on a bear?
Well, that bear that I'm doing over there, that 5-foot bear or 4.5-foot bear, will take about 3 hours probably. If I were at home by myself, it'd take about 3 hours. With being out in the crowd with everybody asking questions, it takes about an hour longer.
All right. And then I notice you have some new people starting training. How long does it generally take someone to learn to train to do this? Or is this just something that's in your blood?
Well, Chris Gannon has just started, I don't know, this is the 5th time or 4th time that he's carved with us, and he's already doing the horse there. So some of it just depends on how much talent you have.
So obviously, like anything else, you have to have a knack for it.
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And I'm here today with
Brian Neville from Mount Pulaski, Illinois.
Mount Pulaski, Illinois. And what brings you here today?
We are here at the Georgia Feed here in St. Genevieve making homemade ice cream for everybody that wants some.
Well, obviously you can't go by here without noticing the popping in the background. Tell me a little bit about that.
My 2 engines here, they're 1924 John Deere engines. They were primarily used on a farm, pumping water to livestock. They used a lot of them in the oil fields where they had struck oil in the middle of nowhere, had to have a way to pump it. They use these here. I just converted mine to make ice cream.
And how long have you been doing this?
This is about my 8th year making homemade ice cream. This is my 2nd time down here in St. Genevieve at the Jour de Fête.
So do you travel to other places then?
Yeah, I travel quite a bit. Illinois, Iowa, maybe Kentucky, Missouri, down the about 4-state area.
So you definitely get around then?
I get around quite a bit. I get into all kind of crazy events. I get into thresherman shows, antique engine shows, steam engine shows, festivals like this here. It's just a great event here.
All right. So what possessed you to use these engines? I mean, obviously it does get everyone's attention. Was that your original thought on it?
Well, I'm going back to a kid, and everybody older comes up and tells me they used to crank it by hand. Well, I did that too, and I seen one of these in a magazine a long time ago, and started with the little one and ended up with what we got here today.
All right, well, you said you're getting ready to take a batch out. We'd like to actually see you do that.
Sure. I'm getting ready to take some fresh strawberry out.
All right, thank you.
Yep, I'm good. And here we go with my fresh strawberry ice cream made with real strawberries. 5-gallon of ice cream with about 2 quarts of strawberries in it, fresh strawberries. And here, my friends, is my famous homemade strawberry ice cream. And to see if it's any good or not, let's take the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, that is great. That is great. I'll be here the rest of the day. So
will I.
From the Jour de Fête, this is Bob Weiss at the ice cream tent.
Thank you.
And I'm here today with
Larry Stock.
Larry, and what are you doing here?
I'm making wooden spoons like they've done for thousands of years.
And where are you from, Larry?
Centralia, Illinois, about 100 miles from here.
And how long have you been carving?
I've been working with wood all my life.
So this is not something new.
This is not new. I've designed and built rustic homes up until last year where I retired from it. I built toys, canoes, canvas-covered canoes, furniture, and I love working with old tools. This is one of my newest one. It's 240 years old, made by Sheffield in Sheffield, England. Came out of a museum in Poland when the Iron Curtain went down, along with some others. I love picking them up and working with them.
So you're not necessarily living in this century. You're kind of back in the olden days, huh?
Well, my wife and I belong to the Illinois 17th Territorial Rangers. We do American Revolutionary and French and Indian War, mostly. And I love history. And everything I do is kind of a history lesson.
So have you been all over the place doing this?
Well, no, I only do about 6 shows a year. I just retired. So I've got a chance to get out and do a little more of this. And my wife can't take the heat or she'd be here. She hooks wool rugs out of old wool clothing. But I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy showing how it's done.
So this is kind of before the days when all the kids had knives and forks and spoons. This is the early.
You couldn't go to Walmart and get them back then. You had to make them. And usually you didn't buy them, you usually bartered and traded for things that you needed.
I see. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you giving us a little background on what you're doing here.
Well, you're welcome.
And I'm here today with
Jeff Goris.
And Jeff, tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from?
I'm from Licking, Missouri, just south of Rolla.
Okay, I've been through there. And what are you doing here today?
Well, I'm a tinsmith, and I'm making candle holders today, but I have lanterns and cups, cookie cutters, and anything a tinsmith could have made back in those days, I can make today.
So you're actually the days before there were Walmarts or anything else?
Absolutely, yeah. Most people bought their tinware from the Yankee peddler or the country store, but it was all made by the tinsmith.
And how long have you actually been in the trade?
About 30 years.
So is this your only job, or do you have something beside this?
I'm a retired industrial arts teacher, so I taught metalworking at the high school where I taught back in Indiana. And now this is my retirement job, but I hate to call it a job because it's a labor of love. I just really enjoy doing this kind of work.
I was going to ask you that if you actually considered it a job, but this is more of a calling, I would take it.
It sure is, and I enjoy reproducing original pieces whenever possible. Most of my lanterns here, I either have the originals in my collection or they are in museums.
And how far do you generally travel to shows to do what you're doing?
We're up to about 500 miles. September and October, we're on the road almost every weekend. I tell the folks at church, don't be looking for us because we're on the road.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
And you are?
Marion Mitchell from Carbondale, Illinois.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about what you're doing here today.
Okay, I am doing bent wood boxes. This is one of the oldest crafts and the least known. It's well over 2,000 years old. They find bent wood boxes in archaeological excavations in Northern Europe dating back well past that time. And we call them that simply because they are boards bent into various shapes, bottoms put in them and tops put on them, and they become containers. Now what I'm doing is working on a little piece here of a storage box from maybe as early as 1000 AD or earlier. Some of the others I do, I have the Scandinavian designs that have come out of Viking grave ship burials in various parts of northern Europe, and these are unique in that they have a nice lock lid.
Works either direction.
Either direction.
That's amazing.
Now, one that I really like, Scandinavian again, the double lock lid. Now this one is based on one that's in the Valdres House, that is in the Norwegian American Museum up at Decorah, Iowa. The double lock lid, the lock on one end and then the slips loose from the other. And now this one, no nails, wooden pegged, stitched, split dowels, and the boiled handle. This is as it would have been done 800 AD.
Now, as far as the stitching, originally, would this have been leather, or what would this have been?
It would have been split spruce root. Now, that's rather rare in this part of the world, so I use chair caning, and it works just as well. Coming on up, date-wise, I do a lot of the shaker type stuff. Now, the shaker, let's go to this, is elliptical in shape, not oval, but elliptical. Has the finger lap closure on the side. See how this comes around? And this is based on their 1798 shaker sewing box. However, I do the hand-carved hinges for it and make it just a little bit better. Now, something I think every artisan and every artist should always do is sign and date their work.
Absolutely.
So I absolutely do that.
Because that is your legacy.
That is my legacy. I've worked on antique clocks for many years. And one time I opened up a clock that had a piece of paper rolled up in it, and I took the paper out and I read it. It was an apprentice's penmanship exercises, and it was dated December 1757. So I said, okay, from now on I date everything. It may mean nothing to people now, but I don't know who I'm going to be communicating with how far down the road.
And the craftsmanship here, this is not something that you buy that's cardboard from the grocery store, Walmart. This is something that's going to be around a very long time.
Given any kind of care at all, it's a native grown cherry wood. Top and bottom panels on this are western red cedar, same material that the Indians at the Pacific Northwest use to make their totem poles. Solid brass nails, they won't rust away. It will last. And you do not find it at
the big box stores.
Yeah, right.
You're actually the epitome of the little box store.
Oh, am I ever.
All right.
But I have a lot of fun doing it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Debbie Cambron, and I own Herbs and Handspun. It is a living historian business. I've been in business since 1978, and I'm currently participating in 18 festivals a year. I am interpreting the art of spinning, and typically I spin sheep's wool, but I can spin other fibers as well. In this area, in St. Genevieve, there weren't a lot of spinners as far as we do know. The folks that did spun primarily linen, and that was spun from flax. We know that most of the goods that they received came up the Mississippi River, and we think that most of the people who did spin here were the poorer folk, and they did spin some wool. Typically I spin sheep's wool, although I do spin a lot of llama and alpaca, and I'm also the spinner for the St. Louis Husky Club, so I spin a lot of dog hair. And I sell my yarns. I make a lot of different garments and things. I also weave, and I also teach. And I'm currently the knitting teacher at the Joanne store in Festus, along with being a full-time administrative assistant, and this on weekends. So I have a great time, and I love festivals, and I'm very happy to be here today.
All right. And where are you from?
I'm actually from Festus.
And how long have you actually been doing this?
35 years.
Oh, that's a long time. So you should be pretty good at it by now, I would think.
I hope so.
And I take it, is it a job now, or do you still enjoy it?
It is. It is not a job. It is actually something I really, really enjoy. I enjoy the interaction with people, and since I'm a very extroverted person, this is where I need to be.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
And I'm here with
Donald Yeager.
And Donald, where are you from?
Tamaro, Illinois.
All right. And what are you doing here today?
Making birdhouses.
All right. I take it these are all your original designs?
Yes, it is. And the wood I'm using now is 114-year-old barnwood out of Altamont, Illinois.
So this originally held some livestock and so forth, huh?
Yes, sir.
All
yes.
right. And the roofs, are they original barn tin?
Yeah, some of it come off the old barn, but not all of it. The ones that's real rusty did come off the old barn, but the other did not.
So how do you come up with your ideas?
Good question. Well, my wife said I wasn't very stable, No, I just, a lot of them are places that we have actually been to, and it just, something, people ask about, and I try to come up with something.
And it'll give you a little inspiration, and you got to come back and put it into material.
True, right.
All right. And you've been doing this how long?
Around 20 years, something like that.
So this isn't something new then?
No, it's not new. It's kind of a hobby right now for me.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. And I'm here today with
Susie McKnight.
And Susie, tell me a little bit about what you do here.
Well, these are ceramic wine glass caddies. They're made to caddy your glasses out to the deck or into the dining room. I pour all my own pieces. I hand paint everything. I do all my own firing. And then there's the result.
So every one of them is a little different because they're all handmade individually.
Exactly.
All right. And how long have you been doing this?
About 34 years.
Oh my goodness, that's a long time to be doing something. So I would say by now you probably have it down to if you'll forgive the pun, a fine art.
Yes.
All right. And where do you live at?
I live in Eureka.
Okay. And do you do a lot of shows a year?
I do. I probably do, maybe 20 a year.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
Well, thanks for stopping.
All right.
I hear the train coming, going around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, but I'm stuck in frozen prison. Time keeps dragging on, but that train keeps rolling all down the sand. Well, when I was a baby, my mama said, hey son, always be a good boy, don't play around with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head away. I know the rich folks in a fancy dining car, I've been drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, that's what tortures me. But they freed me from that prison, that railroad train was mine. But I wanna move a little farther down the line, well, off to Folsom Prison, where I want to stay. Now let that whistle blow my blues. She's a good girl, loves her mama, she loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, she loves horses, and a boyfriend too. And it's a long day, living in a cedar. There's a free